Welcome to episode 3 of Ask North 40. What do we have on store for today? We're going to discuss how to rig up your fly reel with fly line, how to cut logs to maybe build yourself a home, and last but not least, let's discuss things to consider when buying your first welder. Let's get started.
Share your questions with us.
We'll share the answers with everybody.
This is Ask North 40.
So, we just got a question in asking about what features and things to consider if you're going to be buying your first welder. So we thought we'd go to Josh at Lincoln and our man Dave at Metalman.
Chris asked, how about a showcase of what welding equipment you offer? What are some of the drawbacks and advantages of similar machines from several companies? This could help guys looking to buy a first machine.
If you're looking to buy a welder, to know a few things. First of all, that no one welder is perfect for all applications. So you need to figure out what kind of metal you're going to be welding, how thick it is, and then go from there to make decisions. You'll be able to narrow down what you're looking at. You're in your budget, though. You're going to have to talk about safety. You're going to talk about a welding helmet. You're going to have to talk about gloves. You're going to have to talk about cover up for jackets. So consider that when you're doing. But then you're going to have the option of buying a welder for under $200 up to probably $600. And in that, you're going to have a stick machine. You're going to have wire feed machines. And to get started, those are the most versatile pieces that we offer and most people offer. And I would highly encourage you to buy a 115 volt machine. If you need to weld thicker materials, that may be on a trailer or something, you may want to get somebody a little more professional than yourself to do that. But a 115 volt will do 3/16 of an inch on a wire feed welder, and a stick welder you'll be able to get 1/8 inch. And on the stick welder, I would highly suggest that you do an inverter piece because they just perform a lot better.
Yeah, they need to determine what they're going to use it for.
Okay.
And then their skill level. Did they take it in high school, or is this brand new right out of the box? They've never welded. That makes a difference on what type of welder they would pick. Wire feed is the most easiest machine to learn on, but you're limited to what the machine can do. Where arc welding, like our AC 225, it's very versatile in what you can do.
Nice. I wear my sunglasses at night.
All right, let's try this. Hey, we got a question about corner notching logs, and to get the answer, we're going to go up to logging country in Sandpoint, Idaho, and talk to Peter Feist about how to do that.
Jimmy asked, what's the best way to corner notch logs for building a log cabin?
Well, to answer that the best way, there's basically 3 notches. There's a button go, a saddle notch, and a shrink to fit.
Okay, 3 types of notch that Mr. Feist mentions here. The first is called the button go or the button pass. The second notch is called the saddle notch. Finally, the last notch is called the shrink to fit.
And I prefer the saddle notch because it looks more authentic, but the saddle notch is probably your best choice. Saddle notch is strictly just tracing your round log or the form of the log, and that's kind of what I like because it's more custom,
Question comes from a local writer, Shane K. You can follow him socially here.
Shane asked, how do I set up my fly reel with backing, fly line, and tippet?
The best way to set up your fly reel is to bring it right into your North 40 fly shop. We've got a high-tech line winding machine over here, and it's got a line counter, and that makes it real easy to put the proper backing on the reel. Manufacturers will provide guidelines to let you know how much backing they typically will put on with a 5-weight line, 6-weight line, whatever. If you're putting a 6-weight line and a 5-weight reel, typically you're going to need to reduce your backing volume slightly. Most premium fly lines these days come with a factory welded loop. It's real easy to put a loop in your backing and then just loop it right onto the factory welded loop. If it doesn't have a factory welded loop, you can tie it on with a nail knot, which is the old-fashioned way. If you do use a nail knot, I typically will super glue that on with a little Zap-A-Gap. Attaching your leader is real simple. If you have a loop, you can just loop your leader directly to the backing or to the fly line loop. If not, you'll need to tie it on with a nail knot, which is the old-fashioned way. Some people like to add a butt section first. Some people just tie their leader directly onto their fly line each time they make a leader change. If you want some visual details, go to north40flyshop.com and we'll have some videos to show you exactly what we're talking about.
So that does it for episode 3 of Ask North 40. Thanks for watching, and as always, we're looking for more questions. Make sure to put them in the comments below or use the hashtag AskNorth40 on any of your favorite social platforms to get them to us. For example, are you on Instagram? Awesome, so are we. Take a picture of your question, use the hashtag AskNorth40, we'll get it, we'll try and answer it. Looking forward to getting your guys' questions. Until next time.